What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Starlight Digest, a podcast bringing line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 135, being recorded on November 15th, 2021. I am your host, Darth Moocher, and I've got Grand Admiral Franz here with me.
Hey!
I've got Bootleg Joe.
Yo.
We've got Scott Solo.
What's up, nerds?
Ernie's back from Batu East.
Hey, guys, what's up?
We did wave to you, by the way, during the show, so I don't know if you waved back. But
Of
it's
course,
cool.
I was
If
over
not,
there
it's cool. It's cool.
waving sabers and everything.
Awesome. And from the Side Bar Cantina podcast on the Red 5 Network, we've got Lunyr Girl visiting us tonight.
Hi, friends.
You guys seen her in chat, so welcome, welcome, welcome. This is awesome. We have a full house. This feels good. They having the 6 people around here again, right? Like a real full house, like we used to.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So before we get started and everything, I do want to give a special thank you to our Patreon list that Scott's going to read.
I am. Are we ready?
Go ahead. Do
All
it.
right, let's do this. Hey, once again, everybody, thanks for joining us, and thank you. Special shout out to all of our Patreon members. We appreciate you. Without you, this show would not look this good. So let's give that shout out to Don the Dad Dorn, Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Mervine, Gavin Connor from the Holy Hour Podcast, Donna Brady of the Skate Pod Podcast and the Red 5 Network, Crystal Lamphere, Brandon and Anya Epler, and AJ from the Forbidden Panel. Thank you, everybody. We really appreciate you.
Awesome. The link is in the description below if anybody feels so inclined to join the podcast.
Do it.
Also,
Just stop asking. Just tell them.
yeah, that's right.
It.
In fact, I just take that. Chris, you tell them.
Do it. Be a
Do
patron.
it.
Do
You
it.
gotta
say
do
it
the
in
muscle.
Darth Sidious voice.
No.
You got to.
I dare you guys. Dare you.
Yeah, I dare you
We
to join.
triple dog dare you.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, you skipped over the double dog dare and went straight for the triple dog dare.
While we're out shouting out people, Scott in the pit, everybody's being digested as we speak, so go ahead and shout them out.
Okay, let's shout out to Cliff. We've got Gordon in there. Let me see. We've got Douglas Tupper, Lunyr Girl. Hey, she's right there.
Hey.
Hi.
She's right there.
She's
Let me
cheating.
see. She is. She's double. Okay. Anyway, we got Gavin Connor, Mando Mike, Bootleg Joe. Of course, he's up there. And let me
There he
see
is.
who else. The Science Fictionary. Ooh, that's a
Nice.
name I'm not familiar with.
I like the name.
And me too. That's a cool name. And Papa Schmitty. Haven't seen Papa
Awesome.
Schmitty in a while. So
I know.
hey,
Welcome, everybody. Welcome,
everybody.
Pit. We've got lots of stuff to talk about. I hope you guys watched the Disney Plus specials. Or
Yeah, we
whatever,
should have had
or-
more to talk about.
Yeah, we'll get into that too. I want to give Lunyr Girl a spotlight on the Sidebar Cantina podcast that she's part of. So, real fast, you guys are belong to the Red 5 Network, just like we
Yes.
do. So, this is our first Red 5 guest. So,
Thank
welcome
you.
as our first Red 5 guest.
I am so honored.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, so tell us about Sidebar Cantina podcast, what content, and when you guys, do the podcast.
Sure. Dave and Jason are the faces of the Sidebar Cantina. They've been doing it for roughly about 4.5 years. They did
Like us.
rebrand a couple of times. Yeah, they started off as the All Things Star Wars podcast. Then they started saying after so many years, they ran out of some Star Wars things to talk about. So they changed into from a Gen X point of view. But then they really missed Star Wars. So now they are the Sidebar Cantina that talks about everything from Star Wars to Gen X stuff. Everything in pop culture. They meet on Monday nights. The podcast is at 5:30 Eastern time. So it's a little bit early for you guys over there on the West Coast.
Yeah, we're still working.
You're probably still working, yeah.
Yeah.
I do their social media, so you can always find me on at the Sidebar Cantina on Instagram, Sidebar Cantina on Twitter. They have a Sidebar Cantina Facebook page. They have a Discord, and they just got a Twitch this past weekend where you can find them playing Halo.
Nice.
Yeah, they did a Halo podcast this evening at 5:30.
Oh, cool.
And it was Halo and the 20th anniversary of the original Xbox. So
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a name we haven't heard in a long time. Original
long
Xbox.
We're old.
I know it. But I like the fact that it's Gen Xers doing what Gen Xers do, because that's basically what we are here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Forget the real world stuff. We like it here better.
I do too.
Yeah, we had something like that going here too, where we've talked Star Wars, and we could talk, I mean, like nonstop, as you'll see, and as you do see. But we also had we do the Beyond the Pit too, which is we take a pop culture movie or a group of movies or a director, spin a random wheel of it, and then we just go off on it. I mean, it starts off with movie quotes all up until, just our, again, what Gen Xers do, which I
That's
love.
what we do.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, cool. Again, welcome again for the first
Thank
Red 5
you.
network. I do want to get more of that, because the Red 5 has it's a growing Star Wars community, and of course we love it, and we are very proud to be a part of it too. So, and I'll put your link in the description of everything where everybody can find that too. So everybody in the pit, go check out the Side Bar Cantina and go say hi.
Sounds wonderful. I will
Awesome,
be
awesome.
at the other end saying hi back.
Yes, I do. I did watch it, and you are in the chat doing it up.
Yes.
All right, guys. One thing last week we were talking about I just want to bring this up real fast, is the Rogue Squadron movie being delayed indefinitely, right? And then what was the rumors being replaced by the Old Republic? And of course, I was like, oh, yes,
Blow your
please.
mind, right?
Right. But then quickly Chris shot me down, like he does. He likes to do on purpose. He's like, the rumors are more or less almost like they're green lighting a High Republic movie. Now, I know the Acolyte, that's separate, but like a High Republic movie, not Old Republic, right? So that kind of like bursted my bubble right there.
That's
Because
word around the campfire anyway. Nothing's confirmed, obviously, because we don't know jack shit about
100%,
anything, right?
100%, yeah.
But it jumped real fast from
Yeah.
Old Republic to High Republic, which is, I guess it makes sense, right? I suppose that makes sense since they have all the High Republic books and comics and everything going now. Maybe they are going to go to that. We talked about last week, right, with Scott.
Yeah.
Saying how if they would have done the Shadows of the Empire treatment and give us a soundtrack and toys and a game, that would have been different. Well, it kind of looks like they are now, right? Like maybe a movie, maybe a game being talked about, all sorts of things going on. So High Republic might be that multimedia thing we were talking about.
I just hope that it is enough to bring people back into it. Here's this High Republic movie. It's not based on what's happening in the books, but the books led up to it. Go read the books. It'll help you understand what's going on in the movie. Or do you think they're just going to bypass all that stuff? They never do straight up adaptations.
No, they don't. And they never do.
Well,
I
and
don't
this
think that's
way,
gonna
it's
happen.
all being created brand new. So why? I mean, they absolutely could do straight up adaptations. You know, what I mean, it's not going to be a Republic movie that we've known. It's going to be like a final climactic.
They wouldn't take the novels and adapt them, is what he's saying.
Right.
They've never
not
done
into a
that.
live action. No.
It would be weird because every piece of media, besides like say a comic book, which they would take a movie and turn it into a comic, or a book and turn it into a comic, vice versa, right? But they've never had things dual with a movie and a show like that. I don't see that happening.
I see them doing the X-Files thing. X-Files was doing the show, ended the season with a movie, picked up the next season with another show.
Right,
so
right,
that kind
no,
of
that could work.
And here's my thing. At first, I'm disappointed because Old Republic is my thing, but at the same time, I'm always for Disney or Star Wars doubling down on their investment. You know what I mean? Do this. Let's see it through. Put the High Republic out there, good or bad. Let's double down. They did that with the sequels, and I think they're not. It is what it is. Like it or hate it, and we're moving on, and we're doing other things.
Well, the boss likes it, so the boss likes it. We're gonna go ahead and do it for at least another 3 years.
Yeah, the boss that was hired again for another, or renewed her contract. I thought she was being fired like every other day. Sorry, Lunar Girl. We get into these things like
calling out people's crap whenever they say it.
I do it too.
Yeah. How can you not, right?
Oh my god.
So if anybody in the chat hasn't learned today, but Kathleen Kennedy re-upped her contract for another 3 years. So there you go.
What do you think on that? What do you think on that, Kelly?
I'm not too happy with that, but
Yeah.
I kind of expected it because that's how politics go.
Yeah, she's gonna. Well, I was surprised she took it, and I'm surprised she didn't just retire her ass and not deal with all this crap. But you know what? Dealing with some social media nonsense is probably worth it when you're making $umpteen million.
Again,
it's like,
well,
I can deal with some
that,
freaks
and
online.
again, doing this, like her reaction of this, like I'm doing this in another 3 years, kind of makes you think all that inner turmoil is kind of BS, right? I mean, it's like it's all exterior, it's all the podcasters, and it's all the other stuff that's going around, and it's kind of like, well, no, none of the stuff is going on inside, so we're gonna do this again. As long as we still get stuff like the Mandalorian moving forward and all that stuff, I'm cool with it.
She greenlights all of it, so
yeah. But anyway, it was just kind of like funny to see that happen, and then right away it's Jon Favreau is quitting because of this. Now it's like, oh, it's all BS. It's all BS.
Yeah.
I think you think it's hilarious, man. It's funny, but I just wanted to throw that out there that the Old Republic stuff might be High Republic stuff, and I'm cool about doubling down. I really am.
Still think Old Republic's still on the way. It's just going to be after they finish up this High Republic. Just like we talked about in the very beginning, right? You have your original trilogy, your sequels, and your prequels. You have the Skywalker era. And then you got to go back to 200 years, and you got to step back farther from that. And that's what they're doing, right? They just re-upped all the I don't want to we don't do show notes or a real agenda, right? But I mean, the Old Republic cutscenes were released. They're doing all this stuff, getting ready for the game. The game's on purpose for a reason. Everything's on purpose for a reason. This is all coming years down the line, 4 years probably after this High Republic stuff's done.
Yeah.
So, and this High Republic thing, this rumor here is it's supposed to get started up fast and be ready quick.
I think Phase 2 is in effect now. Phase 3.
No. We're still in Phase 1 of High Republic, aren't we?
It's just wrapping up.
Yeah.
It's just wrapping up.
Again, they're announcing a whatever it is. It could be. It's down the line. I'll believe it when we see it. We'll discuss it when it's official. Let's leave it at that.
Lunar Girl, do you get into the High Republic stuff at all?
Honestly, I have not picked that up. I'll try to be brief.
You're good.
When Gina was fired, I kind of like threw everything away. And I didn't really throw it away. I just threw it to the side and said, I hate this. I'm not doing it anymore. And then 4 months later, it was like, okay, I'm calm now. I'm practical. I have not picked up the High Republic because of that. But I did go back to Star Wars again because I'm not going to let one person ruin that for me. I was born into Star Wars. I've lived Star Wars.
Right.
I married a Star Wars fan. It's just Star Wars is my life. So can't let JK ruin that for me.
No, it's ours too. That's why sometimes when things suck, it hurts. But we just, we take it in punches and roll with it. We started out in the High Republic pretty hot and heavy. We had all the authors on here. We did a lot of stuff. We were really into it. But there's a point where it just got it got lost in it. It was just too much to handle, going back and forth with the comics. And our supplier, our comic people were slow as hell getting it to us, so we kind of lost there.
Yeah.
But it was just even the stories. We started going, it's just not grabbing me the way the original trilogy stuff does.
I lived the High Republic through their eyes.
Yeah, and you've seen that switch, and you've seen that kind of like, it's.
It really was hot and heavy, but down.
Maybe they can right the ship again. I'm for seeing it to fruition. Let's see this through. Let's see where it's also.
I don't know if there's riding a ship with it though. I mean, it's just they started on this trajectory. They've just maintained course.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's nothing exciting really happening. And just whenever you think something exciting is happening, nothing happens.
They're thinking long term. So it's a long-term investment.
They're saving it all for the Acolyte, and you can't. You have to have some booms in between.
You do.
And I don't get me wrong, they have big galactic events and people dying, but I mean it's like it's always some galactic event. They have a formula and they keep just repeating it. And that's
Well, let's get into something familiar to everybody. That Disney Plus Day. We hyped it up last week. And did we hype it up to our? I mean, we knew what we were I think we knew what we were going to get.
No,
we knew where the Boba Fett documentary was coming out, but we were expecting like a Kenobi trailer or whatever. We did get a Kenobi little sizzle reel, which I'm going to break that into our second half.
Did we though?
Kenobi thing. So.
It's a
We did. There was a lot of breadcrumbs. Yes.
Yeah.
But the Boba Fett under the helmet was actually pretty cool, and at all these things, like every time we go, oh, we think we know everything about Star Wars, something new information comes up. Like, I personally did not know that Boba Fett was designed to be the next gen stormtrooper. Like, I didn't know that. Yeah, the outfit, and there were going to be 100 of them. Yeah, and because of budgeting, I'm like,
thanks for being here, Marco. I'll take over for now.
You got it.
So basically,
yeah.
How could you? All right, no.
Marco's new to Star Wars. We have to let him.
Yeah.
No, you guys didn't know either.
Yes, we did.
Yes, no, you didn't.
Yes, we
did.
That's common knowledge among us.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
man. He was gonna. Fett was gonna be in charge of it. Fett was the main one.
Right.
No, that wasn't the thing at all.
It sure was.
Which then
went
into Attack of the Clones, with Jango Fett being the main one of all the clones.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he finally got his chance to do it.
Originally, yes, we all knew that.
No, we didn't.
Why do you think I sent you all those pictures of me with my Star Wars towel on here? It's just not for my OnlyFans. That's because original Boba Fett
Here we go.
was just wearing a towel.
Here we go, Kelly. Towel. This is the point where everybody's the fan before the fandom. We get it. Oh wait, let me.
You're the one that exposed yourself.
I'm gonna go pull up my Dune book from 1982 and be like, look, guys, I like Dune before all you whatever. So
that's okay, Marco. Nobody still likes it, so it's okay. You be that Dune fan, right?
So I'm gonna go grab my birth certificate and show I was born first, and
well, anyway, like I said, I was happy that information came because I was kind of cool, like to discover something that I didn't know. Obviously,
well, that's good for you. That's good for you, buddy.
Yeah,
well done.
Again, they all think they knew before.
Wow.
I don't think they let me finish what I was saying, but that's fine too. Anyway,
I didn't know.
And that's past. That's okay. That's okay. But Marco should know because he hangs out with us.
That Boba Fett was supposed to be a super trooper?
Yeah, we knew.
I didn't know that. No,
yeah, we should.
All I know is that the
you learn something new every day,
but not from you guys.
Must be nice.
Wow. See, we're real comfortable. We're real comfortable.
And there's our perfect plug for a commercial for our show, right there. That's it.
Anyway,
right there saying, not from you guys. Join us here at the Starlight Digest podcast every night.
It is a good soundbite. It is. You guys didn't tell me. Screw that. Which is cool. Is do you guys think this under the helmet is going to be like under the helmet and then the Boba Fett thing, under the helmet, Darth Vader story, like a series thing going? Because that'd be kind of cool.
It'd be okay. They do a lot of stuff. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Okay, to be honest, I didn't. The Boba Fett thing was cool, but I wanted more. It didn't hit what I wanted to hit.
When I saw 21 minutes, right, I was like, "Oh, this is the thing that you'll get. This is it's a long commercial. That's basically what it was."
Yeah.
And not only that, too, Disney Plus shows you got to remember 10 minutes is just credits.
Yeah, seriously.
All those long credits, and then they go.
Do you do that as soon as you look at the time? You're like, okay, minus 7 minutes from that.
Yeah,
I'm all okay. So it's really only 21 minutes to watch.
Exactly. Yeah.
Do you think that show was really meant for us though?
All the time.
It was probably meant
the Boba Fett.
It's a high for like people that barely started watching Star Wars.
No,
you know what, Joey? That's a great point. That's a good point. I mean, if you're looking at, we got Book of Boba Fett around the corner. But here we all freaked out when he shows up on Mandalorian, being our original Mandalorian himself. That's a great point, Joey. I never thought of that from the outside looking in.
Well, it was definitely to catch people up on it.
For your Book of Boba Fett, which I think they did a great job. They did. I was like, Chris, though, I wanted more, but
but they gave him all 6 minutes of what he did, and that was it. That's all they needed.
Being the best character in Star Wars, he deserved his own show. Absolutely. I love that they had that footage from the parade.
That was cool.
Where did you find that? Because there's something, Marco. I hadn't seen that footage. I've seen pictures. Yeah, I've seen pictures, and I've seen other little small spots. But dude, I never saw the signing of the autographs or the walking down the street.
That was cool.
That was Vader's original movie suit. It
was almost like a test audience, right?
Walking down the street.
Yeah. That story was cool. Story, they would just go out in town in the actual movie gear. That's pretty dope.
In Modesto, of all places.
That off.
Small town Modesto.
The Stream News movie.
Still has those pictures. There was a lot of little kids that are taking pictures.
I know.
That they showed from that footage. I want to see those. That was very cool. I love that. And I love the love that they showed to Jeremy Bullock. That was nice.
That was really
I
nice.
love that part. And his wife just
to bring
talking
his wife
about
on.
him. It was like, ugh, I hearted that.
It was cool to when she said that, you know, he was there for the fans, always took time, and he always signed it, "Stay cool." But because I'm like, yep, that's sitting right over there.
That's sitting right in my toy room. Yeah,
my everything he signed was "Stay cool." Jeremy Bullock, Boba Fett, you know, and like David Prowse is Darth Vader. You know what I mean? It had their little
right.
So, let's see. Gordon's asked, question of the night, Ernie, who is your favorite actor under the Fett helmet?
It probably is Jeremy better. I like that. I like that they had everybody who's in between. I mean, we always talk about Daniel Logan, that cool kid who grew up on it.
Correct.
That also kind of made me feel how they showed him and brought him back. Could there be a flashback scene? That was really
the same thing, dude.
Right? They really deep dived into that. You know, the whole son and
they
dad
really did.
and
well, they ran the gambit, the history of it, and like Joey said, it's to bring people up to speed, and also as the hype and the phenomenon that Boba Fett is. Like you know, Scott would say, "Hey, it was." I don't know if Scott agrees with us now, or maybe he really didn't. He thinks he's the most overrated character in Star Wars.
Until he actually did something badass on screen. Whenever he popped up on Mandalorian without his armor and started kicking ass, and then he took the armor and started whooping even more ass with it, I'm like, finally, now I'm there. So, I'm with Ernie now. So
that's what I knew. Yeah, I wanted everybody else to believe the same thing. But it was cool.
Oh, we all did.
They did miss some people who have played them. They didn't show them, but because there's been a lot who have actually got to don the helmet, which is very, very cool.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Most of them are on bounty boxes in there with Daniel. He has them all in there.
No, it's true. And it's true, and that's cool too, because to some people that is their Fett, or you know, the scene that they saw. So
Mr. Mustache guy with the dancers, that's
the special edition Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So we need to get that dude on the show. We need to find him.
Do it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, in a heartbeat. But Jeremy has to be the one, just because he's the most recognizable. Not only that, but he got to play other characters. He's kind of like, to me. Jeremy is like the Ralph McQuarrie of the concept and the whole bringing it to life, but yet doing other things. You know what I mean?
He does kind of feel like that.
Yeah, he got to play the other characters, and I love that they showed that too. So that was cool. But just because of that, and I too do have a signed autograph from him. So
I mean,
I love that.
The fact that almost everybody has an autograph of Jeremy Bullock just says that how much he was there for us, right? As like, you know, every convention, staying late, never shunning fans away. I
have a very cool piece that I actually need to get a frame for, because I have the trifecta. I have Tamora, Daniel, and Jeremy all
nice.
So I really always looked for a special frame, but haven't found the right one yet, you know. But that was cool. Sorry, Scott, go ahead. He was what? Your most favorite all the time?
No, I mean, Jeremy was really super nice. I mean, I've met Tamora. He was cool. I've met Daniel Logan. I interviewed Daniel Logan. That was fun. But yeah, Jeremy Bullock was the nicest man out of all of them that I've met over at Comic-Con or wherever. He was always just super cool. So
when I always saw him there, I think the most heartwarming thing is that when somebody handed him something that they made for him, he just didn't do the take, okay, thank you, and sign.
Yeah.
He like seemed to talk to everybody over there. So what is this? What did you make? What did you do? Like that was always a very cool thing of him. Like you know, that heartwarming aspect of a guy to sit there and listen to you who really feels like you're their hero, like man, you know.
No, that's cool. I love the fact that just a minor character became this world phenomenon, right? So it's like, again, hype for Boba Fett. We are 44 days away from Book of Fett, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that in the intro. So 44 days. And I was talking to Chris. I go, that just means Christmas is this much closer. I'm like,
Jesus.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
know,
because
right?
that's 40 days till Christmas.
Yeah. I was
Just
like,
go
oh.
past Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Do you just have a long
Yeah.
Halloween?
Star
long
Wars
Halloween?
is my Christmas.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Skip the 25th. I want to get to the 29th.
Exactly. Oh my God. So the other thing now that came about the whole presentation of the Disney Plus with all that stuff was a Kenobi update. I would just say we got a Kenobi update, I think, because we didn't get no footage. We got concept art. We've got Ewan McGregor talking about the reunion of Hayden Christensen and how it's
Pre-beard.
pre-beard. And
Yeah.
the one takeaway we take away from him and Hayden Christensen is that he kind of mentioned that they're going to duel again, right? So it's like,
Yes.
we're going to get back and have another swing at each other. And that right there, I mean, we've been theory crafting this. We've been
that was cool to me before I left. We were talking about that. Like,
yeah.
what could he do? How is he going to show up and everything? So to me, I know it was very short. It seems like we didn't get anything, but we got that confirmation that he's going to be Vader. We got the breathing. We got, there's going to be a battle. Like, even to say that is just huge.
Right.
So, I mean, there goes all our theory crafting was kind of in the right direction.
Right.
I mean, I was hoping for the flashbacks.
I think we'll still get them. But
Yeah.
like Cliff said, and the debates can end if they're going to have he and Vader fight again. And Cliff and I talk about this too. It's the whole dialogue in A New Hope. At last we meet again and all this stuff, except for the learner part. But this could
It's not
be
the first
duel
time they've fudged things up a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's
but
not even really that bad. Again, he's still learning things, and he's Kenobi's still the master. He's probably still going to win.
Yeah,
I feel the answer from that means that he's going to win.
Yeah,
Even though he's going to get the battle, he wins. But
yeah. Like
now,
we find out Obi-Wan's legs were been robotic this whole time. Is that what you're saying?
We never did see his legs.
That would be wild.
Here's the thing: they can do that, and nobody would bat. I think everybody would lose their crap as far as a good thing. Like, holy crap! I mean, they really could. I mean,
he
they
took
really
Maul's
could.
legs when he killed Maul,
right?
Yeah,
and he attached them to him. Yeah,
I don't remember ever owning a droid because he wouldn't own a droid because he's a cyborg, and it would be wrong to own a droid.
He took Anakin's legs too, by the way. But this is the again, it goes into that dialogue and everything about Obi-Wan when he last left Anakin. I kind of think he left him for dead. He didn't think for dead. So there is still that aha moment, like Ahsoka realizing Anakin is Vader.
I'm sure at some point deep, and it's going to come out that Obi-Wan knew when he walked away that wasn't the end. Like somehow he knew that wasn't going to be it.
Yeah, it could be. I want to see because it's this cool concept of Obi-Wan going off and hiding and doing all this stuff, and then seeing this black figure with the right-hand side of the Emperor all this time, and then realizing that's Anakin survived. That's a cool concept to me, and the flashbacks, like, it would be cool to see Ernie too, is like him meditating on it. Like, I still feel Anakin in this world. I want to reach out to him, but it's all dark and clouded and everything like that. And I would love this. Again, this series has potential to be do all our fan service, but like Scott said, none of it's coming true. You know what I mean?
Do you think that they're going to show a scene where how they were putting? Remember how they show them when they're putting Anakin together, where they're putting Vader together, and he's screaming.
Yeah.
And Ben Kenobi, he's going to be able to sense that, like he can feel it and almost see it.
Yes.
Happening.
That'd be cool.
I kind of like, again, it's
like when
cool
Yoda felt Alderaan.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Are we going to see Qui-Gon Jinn? Because if you think back to one of the last scenes of Revenge of the Sith, Yoda says, you're going to have a trainer there.
Yeah.
And he's like, Qui-Gon.
Commune with your old master.
We think so. We think it'd be a complete miss.
Yeah.
I know it would be a complete miss not to have Liam Neeson.
I agree.
Even though he said he's not in it. He's already said he's not in it, but they all say that, right? Because even in the certain point of view books, there was a nice bit where he was there with him when when Luke went off, when they were at the Sandcrawler burning the Jawas, and
Right.
Luke was
Great
off at the
in
homestead.
the book.
A great
Yeah.
story there where
Fantastic.
Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were talking, and that's the kind of stuff I want in there. And it does say over the years I've been visited by Qui-Gon, so we're
Right.
going to be 9 years before there, so
Yeah.
it absolutely makes sense, and it better happen.
Yeah,
That we get Force
definitely.
Ghost Qui-Gon.
A Force Ghost Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Almost, it's like, and I think it's strategically left out.
Oh, he needs to talk to Anakin too.
Well, here's the
Could
thing.
you
right?
imagine?
I'm gonna pull up a concept art. Wouldn't this be cool if that's Qui-Gon on this that he's talking to?
That's not okay. That's not really a Force Ghosty, dude. That's a hologram.
That's true.
I'm talking to an Inquisitor right there. I bet you.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it would.
still.
Okay, would it be cool if he was sitting there talking to Qui-Gon? Yeah, but that's Qui-Gon doesn't have to dial in.
Yeah. There, you're right.
Qui-Gon's
That went over
Why-
my head. Sorry.
Why are we still using Snoke's throne though now for everything? Is it because we made the toy out of it? So
I think
Now we could
Snoke
just
stole
repurpose it?
Vader's throne.
Oh.
Nice. I think that sounds good.
Snoke
Yeah.
stole Vader's throne.
Yeah, Snoke's throne is from Vader's castle.
Wouldn't that be a good? That'd be kind of
That'd be
cool.
doper because the design is exactly the same.
It is.
All the-
Correct.
Yeah.
all the-
Right.
But also we got, we didn't get Boba Fett riding a Rancor, but we did get Obi-Wan.
On an-
Yeah, on Eope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want him on an Eope. I want him on a,
Yeah.
something, anything else.
He's got
Anything
a
else.
he's got a bantha floss stick back there. That's pretty cool.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
That
Well,
is
this
cool.
is the Mythos Obi-Wan right here from the.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
That
You know, we talked about it in the chat, or I did anyway. If this had just come out on Disney Day and it didn't get leaked the day before, everybody would have been okay with it,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
right?
Yeah.
But the fact
Yeah.
that it got leaked the day before, we all thought it was a teaser,
Yeah.
and for the next day, it's I said the exact same thing in the chat. It's like getting your presents early on
The day
Christmas
before.
Eve.
Yeah.
Let's open up
Yeah.
Christmas today,
Yeah.
and then
no,
when
I
Christmas
agree.
comes, there's nothing to open.
I
And then you
agree.
feel
Yeah.
everything.
I thought
sucks
it was
now.
going to be like a precursor, because I think somebody mentioned
Yeah.
that it was from a year ago,
Yeah.
whatever, and I was like, okay, cool. If that is, then we're going to get something, new.
Because we had heard all those quotes. We had heard those quotes
Yeah.
already, and like I
Yeah.
said, that was pre-Beard, Ewan McGregor.
Yeah,
So it was obviously old, and
yeah.
that's and they say when
Or
we film,
it
when
was
we do
post
this.
filming. He
Right.
shaved, and
It said,
Yeah.
it said when we do this, and those quotes have all been out there.
Okay.
Right.
You know,
right.
those the quotes about him and Anakin having another swing at each other, and that's
Yeah.
really- that exact thing has been out there. So it's old. It's an old.
Yeah.
interview.
Cliff says they wonder if him and Owen Lars will have a falling out. Well, we know
I
they're
hope
in it.
so.
uh,
That'd be amazing.
yeah, Lars and Emperor are in it. So yeah, a young Luke. I expect a young Luke. This is what I expect. What I'm gonna get. Hey, I'm just gonna again arms wide open and whatever.
Now,
but,
if they do adapt any parts of anything, the Kenobi book in the last book of the old Legends stories had a cool bit where Luke was trying to. There were some raiders at the Lars homestead, and Obi-Wan was trying to take him out because he sensed it all going on. Sensed Luke was going to be in trouble. He goes over there to fight him off. Owen's fighting him up, but Luke's trying to help Obi-Wan,
right.
and that gets Owen to flip out. And he's like, "You need to get out of here. Don't come back." And blah blah blah, because you can see the kid wants to jump into the stuff, right? And
Right. Right.
it was kind of neat. And he blamed Obi-Wan for it, so it was.
Oh yeah.
something like that would be really cool.
And
if
it's
you
going
could
to be
see it,
somewhere
something
like
that.
Obi-Wan's going, he has to be learning stuff, and Obi-Wan's going to be like, no, I don't want him no part of this, and it's that conflict, right? Like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's like, eventually we're going to call on this kid, or
Did-
he's got,
Did they adapt that into a comic? Because I did not read that book, but I have seen that scene in a comic.
I bet they did then.
Okay.
And you know what? And since they,
It's in-
I wouldn't
it's in a
have
comic.
thought.
Okay.
See, there you go. And I wouldn't think they might wouldn't adapt that, but they did adapt one thing. They brought over at least the story
Yeah.
of Cobb Vanth from Aftermath. So they're starting to do that. So that would work out if they did that piece.
Yeah.
yeah,
Just that little scene.
absolutely. Yeah. This is funny. Cliff is saying, if young Luke, do you think they'll bring in the friends who are cut out of A New Hope, calling him Worm?
Yes. Oh, that's great.
Cammy and Fixer, and yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh wow! I
Yeah.
mean, I don't think we're going to get too much Luke at 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah,
But if
exactly.
we do, it better be hanging out with Biggs. That would
Oh
be
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be
definitely.
cool.
Man, that's exactly.
cool. Oh, and
Um,
and somebody call him Wormy, like you said, that'd be awesome.
yeah.
Let's just
Of course, we got this shot. This is a
dude.
concept art. I love the colors. I love using this. Mordor-esque, Empire scene, right? I mean, you got the pale green and just a stronghold. Again, all concept art. Concept art is always beautiful, which is cool. And then this is what excites everybody. Having this as concept art, it's really cool. I would love to have seen just the bottom half of the map. Like, I'm hoping they use Hayden Christensen like more visual than just the suit, because we've talked about that too. Like, why have Hayden come back just to be in a suit, right? We wanted to see more of a visual. So we can have Vader with his respiratory bottom half mask and the helmet off, to the point where he needs it full time later down the line. But again, that's just utilizing Hayden Christensen more than just a suit.
Very Mustafar right there. It looks a lot like Mustafar. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They're gonna hit it up on lava twice.
I know.
And Vader has to be sitting somewhere for that throne.
Oh
yeah.
I assume. Yeah, that's
right.
That's well, you can look through the windows. That's definitely Mustafar also.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, there's another wide shot, and you can see it on kind of the bottom.
What would bring Obi-Wan back to Mustafar? That's wild.
Let me see if he's dead. I better go check on him.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My brain's been spinning how they do get back together. You're very right, because here, to us all this time, he's just supposed to be sitting on Tatooine, becoming an old hermit. And then the thing that I would love the most is, I think it was Chris who brought it up, is it would be great if we do get that answer of, why do you say that about R2? If George went back and he was all through it, and you give that comment, you don't give that comment as it wasn't even a stupid, I don't remember owning a droid or anything like that.
Right.
Like,
there was no
okay, what, Vader wipes your mind? You're going to show up with 3PO and R2 and Vader's going to notice, and he does. I don't know. Like,
that's what I'm talking about whenever it comes to fudging the lines of continuity. And George was really into that kind of thing. So they probably never planned on Vader and Obi-Wan ever meeting again in between. And it's like,
do you think they have those discussions though? Like, do you think they have those discussions? Like, Filoni comes out and says, we have to kind of address this.
I think so.
Let's
they have to
round table this, and because
we've seen Filoni talk in that round table, and Filoni talks like we do.
Yeah.
He's
like, the Sarlacc guys are going to come up with this. We really need an answer because they're going to.
You know why? You know why I could say yes? He freaking had R5 with the messed up oil still on him. Yeah. Like, we knew that was R5.
Yeah.
Like, he went that much, so he has to have this discussion.
Right.
I mean, there's no way that he could.
Right.
The play on words, like Cliffa says, he never technically owned a droid. You know what I mean?
He said, he
had
did.
a long
He did.
Owned, like, this is mine, and he comes in my bedroom, and it's like
wow.
He owned a ship, and his ship came with a droid. Right?
Yeah, but I mean,
those were my favorite.
Droids are sentients, and the Jedi have a hard time with ownership and possessions, and I don't get. It's a play on words. It's not like.
R4 knew the code word old folks.
Hey man,
it's not like
all I'm saying is that Obi-Wan's always talks in a certain point of view. So it's like I never owned a droid, and like it could be all in the dialogue, and that could
was a Jedi droid. You're right. That was a Jedi lease droid. That was not owned.
So would you be okay if R2 and 3PO show up in this one, and somebody says, "Is that your droid?" and he says, I don't own any droids.
Yeah.
And there's
there you go.
Oh, there's the line.
That'll work.
It won't even need them. He'll be at a bar. Do you need to buy a droid? Look, I don't think buying droids is okay. I think owning droids is blah, blah, blah. Something about sentient beings, and then just drop it, right?
Yeah.
He'll run into L3 somewhere and help her.
It's the same as calling Jabba a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
Tomato.
It's true.
You're a wonderful.
Now, do you guys think somewhere down the line they're going to blend a little bit of Rebels into the Obi-Wan, into Kenobi? Because there was that really, really epic episode where he met Maul for the final time.
If they end it on that, maybe. We've talked about doing that scene, like they would do that scene just to end it all and kind of be there. That would be cool. But in my opinion, it was masterful, the end of Rebels. The 7 seconds of nothing.
I thought it was
awesome.
Amazing. Yeah. I thought it was amazing. But you never know, because how many people actually watched Rebels? I mean, only the diehards really, and the kids,
and everybody should, because it is damn
I hope
amazing.
a lot.
Absolutely.
We say that statement to Resistance.
What
How
would
many
be
people
cool-
actually watched?
Yeah,
Right.
Resistance.
Unfortunately,
twice.
I did.
Twice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch Resistance.
Yeah.
Don't
Right.
save yourself.
Sorry.
Run.
It would be cool
Yeah.
at the end of this series if after everything, the whole story's kind of wrapped up, and the last thing we see is Obi-Wan sensing Maul or Ezra showing up, and you know that's happening. Not get to the scene because we see him show up to Ezra. We should see him sense Ezra, and that would be a cool ending. Like if we just know he's done something's here, something's approaching, some way we know it, and nobody else would.
To see our on-screen Ezra before we see him with Thrawn.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
there you go.
There's your
Oh.
Because
introduction to
I'm
the next
assuming
thing.
because I'm assuming now, especially since we know Vader exists, and we're going to see a Star Destroyer somewhere. We're going to see Thrawn in this. This is going to be an introduction again, like we're going to be doing for other stuff.
I think he's going to be the baddie of the Ahsoka show.
He will,
Yes,
but he's going to get
yeah.
introduced. Like Ahsoka was introduced in Mandalorian and Boba Fett was introduced. I think Thrawn's real physical appearance will get introduced in Obi-Wan.
That's one I can't dismiss outright like I usually do. I usually listen to you guys and I say, no, that's not going to happen. But that makes sense. That actually really works.
Does.
Yeah.
And you got to think anything that Filoni is on, or even if Filoni's behind the scenes, he always has like these huge jaw-dropping surprises for us. You know, like minimal trailers, huge surprises. I mean,
well,
think
they're not
about the
afraid.
entire the entire first season of The Mandalorian. You know, the entire second season of The Mandalorian.
The second season is where they went like, you know what? We're putting Luke Skywalker in it, and it's going to be Mark. It's going to we're doing this. So everybody's like, oh, okay.
We're going to give you Mandalorian's Bo-Katan, right? We're going to talk about the Darksaber. We're going to give you Boba Fett. And that's not all. Ahsoka. And none of that matters because then you're going to get Luke and R2 at the end.
Right.
Yeah, you got whatever.
So to answer your question,
and Ahsoka
I think
is
everything's
looking
possible.
for Thrawn. And says that. It's not a guess. Literally says Thrawn. Right. So
so I guess I would expect they don't give a shit about anything and they will put it all out there on the line in Obi-Wan. And I think it's going to be awesome. I hope.
Yeah, Mervine saying. I think Mervine agrees that they will introduce Thrawn, but maybe not in the Kenobi series. I don't know where he would fit in the Kenobi series, but yeah,
on a Star Destroyer 10 years before the Empire. It's perfect.
Something to do with Vader. I mean, so Marco, where's that shot of the Inquisitor ship?
Boom.
So cool. So we see an Inquisitor there, which looks like one of the sisters, but then we also see, you know, that there's a Temple of Stormtroopers. We get that Vader is running stuff, so I don't know. I mean,
are we on Tatooine here?
Vader doesn't just run. Vader doesn't run
like
a ship, right? Vader has captains on his ship. Thrawn's not a Grand Admiral yet. Thrawn's going to be working for somebody.
There
on
you
a
go.
Ship.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, he's going to be young, very young. He might have just come on. I'm trying to think. He's probably just came on at this point.
That looks like the same sister in Fallen Order.
It does, huh?
Yeah, it is. I'm sure it is.
Like her.
Yeah.
This be okay. So it's if this is Tatooine. Look, I'm just gonna put a hypothetical. If this is Tatooine, then it's kind of like, how am I gonna phrase it? Like it's kind of like then they discover, or is it just a Inquisitor landed on Tatooine for a happen chance to be there and then leaves with empty-handed? Because if they knew Obi-Wan was there, then I don't think it would stop at just this.
You figure out Obi-Wan is there, right? He breaks up your communications. You have to leave. He stows away as on the ship, and that's how he gets to Mustafar.
Right.
And he kills her outright.
Oh,
you know there is a Jedi on Tatooine, so you send an Inquisitor to take care of the Jedi. You don't know it's Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
The Inquisitor gets her butt handed to her by Obi-Wan, and now, you know, they report back, it's this Jedi, and here comes Vader.
True. And it hopefully...
or like you said, she gets her butt kicked. He takes her out and takes the ship back to its last location.
There, Mustafar. Boom.
And that's how we get the second fight.
So after all this stuff, Obi-Wan's left unharmed for 8 years, and until he seeks out Vader. I mean, like,
what's Obi-Wan's motivations? Yeah, what's his motivation for what's his motivation for seeking out Vader? Is it to protect the kid? does the Inquisitor find out that Luke is there and he has
too
to
dangerous?
stop her?
It's too dangerous to come out of hiding. They know this, and like what Lunyr was talking about, like, are we going to see rebels in this? Because again, Obi-Wan's in communication with them. They know where he's at. Yoda knows where he's at. But to come out and be like, even to be like his presence known is a little bit too dangerous in this time.
But he takes it away from Tatooine. That's the key. Nobody knows Luke. Nobody
if he
knows
draws
Luke
in that
exists.
away, then I agree. That's a good thing. If he's drawing, say the Inquisitor and they come here and Obi-Wan draws them away from Tatooine, as in like that makes a lot more sense. Then
Okay,
I like
so
that.
I don't think Obi-Wan would be stupid enough to do something Jedi-like to get caught to send an Inquisitor there.
That's what I'm saying.
What if Luke does?
Oh, like he
what if
uses the
Luke
Force.
does something that he doesn't realize is the Force?
No, I don't know about that because I mean, at this point in time, the only way they can detect is if they're drawing blood from somebody and running it through a machine. They took all the mysticism out of it.
So. And Luke wasn't using the Force at all because he didn't know what the hell it was.
Right.
Yeah. Really.
But so if you do something though, and somebody saw it,
he wasn't doing
and
things,
then alerts them.
Luke wasn't doing things. Obi-Wan would have.
Maybe he secretly walks out and calls a broom to himself. He's broom boy version.
Maybe that's how he turns on the moisture evaporator.
Right, but Luke was getting the rundown in A New Hope about Force and Jedi and all that crap. So I just don't. I would like it. I would like that, but I don't. So.
Mando Mike is dead on there. Obi-Wan would not have been discovered on Tatooine though, because they would have always been after him. That's why.
But that's why Chris mentioned that. Obi-Wan's like, oh crap, the Empire's here. Let me do something still undercover or still on the down low to draw them away. And it could be utilizing the Rebel Alliance that way too.
Kill them, take the ship, go back to where it came from.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. Then you see who it is and you realize who it is, and then you're fighting on Mustafar again.
Yeah.
And if they don't do the swinging saber move, I'll be
oh god.
Hey, well, during that sizzle reel, or whatever you want to call it, the little commercial, they the Hayden Christensen had they were full on practicing maneuver. It was amazing to see. It was so cool to see this coming back to fruition, and utilizing Hayden.
There's somebody else in the background as well too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Did you notice Hayden's mask when
he had it he had it.
Now was that a Vader mask or was that a COVID mask?
Those were COVID masks. Those were all COVID masks. When they were filming this, it was hard and heavy on masks.
You're right.
I swear to God, Hayden better be wearing one of those with the Vader covering on it. COVID mask.
Oh my God,
they had those athletic breather ones, right? The breather ones to work out with.
Yeah, but that was my first thought too. It'd be like, there it is, man. Like
cool.
It's a little bit of so they can maneuver with that equipment on and do other stuff. And
hey, Marco,
I really hope this happens.
Yeah,
I love the fact that we're always seeing Obi-Wan and all of his, his Jedi grandeur, wearing all that. But then you see him working out; he's all tatted up all over.
Yeah.
Ass. I'm like, that dude's a badass.
The belated birthday boy Mervine also had another comment in there. Will we get Crimson Dawn and Obi-Wan? That will lead to the final fight with Maul. Someone posted, by the way, happy birthday, Mervine. Happy birthday, Bootleg. I hope you had a good day.
Yeah, Bootleg was yesterday. Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Welcome to being old.
I think they're working Crimson Dawn more into the post Return of the Jedi now.
Yeah.
I think they're going to take over. I think Crimson Dawn and Obi-Wan and Maul, I don't think they'll link because we already kind of see how Maul gets to Tatooine and it has nothing to do with
Wasn't there something else
Crimson
this week
Dawn.
About
But
Kira and Crimson Dawn?
They announced Crimson Reign, which is the new comic series that after the Empire falls.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
After the Empire falls, they're going to go ape shit and take
then we
over.
did mention the rumored Darth Maul series last week.
Yes.
So
and it could.
It's all like I think they have this whiteboard with all the stuff that they want to do.
I think Crimson Dawn's going to show up more in Mandalorian 3.
Do you think Crimson Dawn is going to show up in Book of Boba Fett as one of the?
Perhaps.
I hope so. Yeah, it makes
mentioned at least, which will show up in another. You know what I mean? To lead into something else. I for sure.
Yeah.
Because I think we got to still deal with the Pikes more, the Hutts, the what do you call them? The Black Sun.
Black
Get all those guys out there
amazing.
and wreck all those guys, and then let Crimson Dawn show up at the end. And be
The
like,
problem
all right,
with the
now it's
Kenobi
me.
series, it's only 6 episodes, so we're jamming so much info, and like Chris was talking about, like introducing things that are going to split into the other series, and especially even though Ahsoka's way in the future, but I think I keep it? No, I didn't keep it, but we still had Obi-Wan, the flashback of Boba Fett. So,
that
from the trailer, Obi-Wan.
I have seen that trailer another 20 times, and it is
You're still
Obi-Wan
convinced.
Kenobi.
Yeah,
every time.
Okay.
Ernie, tell everybody that was Obi-Wan Kenobi in the Fett trailer.
Dude, it looked like him. If not,
It
it's
looked
a
like
real
him.
great nod. I mean,
it's not him, but it looked
What
like
would
him.
be the point of putting somebody that looks
somebody
like
with
Obi-Wan?
Jedi robes.
Home Hermit.
Right, with
Exactly.
the hood. I don't get that either.
Why even have that confusion? You know
They
what I
have
mean?
literally never done
Here's the-
anything
Throw us
that
off our
bogus.
track.
Here's the
Never
only-
have they
well,
done that. Never.
Okay, like Scott said, here's the only thing I could think of, and now I go back to this, like the Jedi Bible, dude, is like Rogue One.
Mhm.
We saw so many trailers that didn't happen.
Yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
so
I
who's
understand
not
that.
to say they threw in the old
Yeah.
Obi-Wan Jedi looking guy, and it's going to be somebody else who's actually passing.
Yeah,
I could see that, but those other Rogue. To be fair, Rogue One was reshoots, but I know the TIE fighter scene got screwed up. That should have happened.
Yes,
But those were kind of reshoots, right? This is deliberately, and like the Avenger stuff, they take out characters. They don't put
out of
in
the
somebody else.
Yeah.
They don't.
It's so true.
They're not like, okay,
Look,
this isn't going to be
too
Hulk.
much-
This is going to be
it's-
Hawkeye.
It's too much of a coincidence. I'm telling you, it was too much. Like Chris said, why that look? We know who's doing these
The
shows.
hood's up to me. I don't get
Right.
that.
Okay,
Like,
okay,
that-
okay.
You know?
Hang on. Now, if you think back to A New Hope, you're sitting there, you're on Tatooine. Obi-Wan and Luke go over and sell Luke's land speeder to a bug-headed dude wearing the same outfit that Obi-Wan's wearing. It's not just Jedi that wear those robes.
Oh no, I get that, but they
That
don't.
has a
all
white
look
beard and everything.
Yes.
Well, like
They look
Gordon
Alec
said,
Guinness.
hey, maybe Gordon's right. Maybe from the neck down, it isn't Obi-Wan, but from what we saw, I mean, look, we're having fun with it, of course, right? But
we're assuming genders and everything. We love it.
exactly.
Yeah, but as like a super mega Star Wars fan, I want to
Yeah.
think it's I want to think it's Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
And I want to think that it's a flashback because there's no
It's
way
got to be a
that
flashback.
yeah.
it has to be a flashback.
Yeah, there's
you
no
know?
way it's
So
not.
It makes sense
It's
though.
the
I mean,
crossover episode, It's like
yeah.
Obi-Wan's
I
going to
agree. It
reminisce
makes
about
sense
Fett.
to flash back to see him
Yeah.
somewhere else to have a run in with Fett somewhere. It
Yeah.
makes complete sense. I
Total
love it.
sense. Total
Hey, Matt,
sense.
Mando
What if
Mike
it's
said
Obi-Wan
it-
going to hire Boba for something?
It was Rex.
Yeah.
Right. It was
That would be
Rex.
really cool though.
Oh,
right.
oh, we haven't even talked about that
Yeah.
because one of those guys has to show up, right? Okay, take Thrawn out of Obi-Wan for a minute.
Okay.
I would rather have Cody on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
As
Wow.
the captain of Vader's ship right now, whatever he has. I don't think he's going to have the executor or whatever. I think Cody's the captain of the ship.
Do you think Cody would be the same as Rex was with Ahsoka?
No. Cody already made his move. Cody instantly shot Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but he didn't. Wouldn't you think that he?
No, Cody's full on bad, and
He didn't fight it, dude. He didn't fight it. He's not Rex, man. He never
Yeah.
was. He looks cooler. He looks
Yeah.
cooler to Rex than me. I like Cody's look. But Cody has never been Rex. They played Rex up so much in the Clone Wars with Ahsoka and with everybody else.
Here's where we'll get our Rex Cody fight, right? I mean, Obi-Wan's contacting Rex for help when the Inquisitor shows up, and then we get this battle. Cody's ship is the one who the Inquisitor is feeding back, all that stuff, and that's where you're gonna get.
Mike, you're right.
Don't roll your eyes, Scott. I
didn't roll my eyes.
Do that.
I didn't roll my eyes.
I was Scott. You
I was
totally
just
gave the wife
giggling.
roll your eyes without even knowing it. Rolling your
I know,
eyes.
right?
Mario's going on, and he's still. Here we go.
Yeah.
We got 5 minutes left. Here goes another one. Yeah. Here it
Oh
goes.
my God.
That's why the video shows are better than just audio all the time, right?
Yeah.
Nobody can see those eye rolls on
Sorry,
SoundCloud.
I'll work on that.
Yeah.
man.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, Mervine brought up this again. Hope we see the mythos Obi-Wan. That's fantastic.
Cool.
Even though, like I said, even though it's concept, I believe in it. I believe in it.
Well, we know he was riding an Eopie. He was riding an Eopie in Revenge of the Sith, so that's his pet Eopie. He might not have owned a droid, but he owned a Eopie. So
we see the concept art of the Mandalorian. How much of the stuff makes it into the show, right? Or very close to it. Or,
very dead on, right?
These pictures will end up being in the credits of Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Oh, like Mando.
Still...
Mando Mike, you should. Scott eye rolls at me all the time. I'm used to it. I do. Every time I see Mando Mike, I roll at least 3 times.
And then you say hi.
Yeah. Oh God, it's Mike.
Do we still are we still feeling good about Kenobi? Again, nothing to go by, but being launched in February.
Oh yeah.
I hope so. I think it's
too early.
I think Andor's next, isn't it? Isn't it like Book of Boba Fett?
How can we get anything on Andor? I mean, we got like that would be.
Cassian's been done for such a long time. All that, right? Yeah.
I'm thinking Book of Boba Fett, Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then from there on.
All the
I don't think it matters which one was done first. I think they're doing something chronologically. They have to come out in order.
That's what that's where I'm at on that. Like, there's a reason
story
why.
Point.
Yeah.
Do you believe Filoni is just on this loop?
And he might have hit something.
Of...
And they might have thought Andor would be next, and they're like, hold on, I need to do this to do this to do this,
right.
and it makes sense.
Yeah.
I want to shock this in Andor, or want to shock this in Obi-Wan, so I can't do this in Andor yet. That needs to come out next.
It would make sense for either Obi-Wan or Andor, because I mean they could both play into the rebellion bit.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, you get a lot of good cameos in both, really.
Yeah,
both are going to be really heavy hero actually both sides cameo because it's Empire time too.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, it's interesting, to say the least. It's interesting. I mean, I keep saying it, but we still got Celebration next year, and you know how they like to hold things during that time to not announce, but like, it's in the end of May, early June, right? So you think that they would be hyping up a show right after Celebration or right before it too.
We're gonna get an Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer at Celebration, and Ian McDermott's gonna come out laughing at everybody.
That's right, because he needs to be in both of those, in Obi-Wan and Andor.
Yeah, he does.
He needs to have a presence in both.
Yep.
And Kenobi.
Smoke.
Oh, you say Kenobi?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, cool.
From here on out, just at every celebration, that's how every trailer is revealed now.
Just Ian McDermott still here.
Yeah,
I'd take it.
We would the whole time. Oh my God, look who it is on the third time, and we know it's going to happen. 100%.
Yeah. Hey, at this point,
still speak.
Yeah.
Here's my thing about all these trailers and stuff. They have done this for several things now. They let the one that's coming out breathe and have its space. They do. So that little sizzle reel was nothing on purpose. And I think we all should just calm down about everything, because the last week of Boba Fett, you're going to get a trailer for the next one.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what's going to happen. And then it's going to be the same thing for the next one. We're all going to be clamoring for something. We'll get a sizzle reel on Andor or whatever is next, and then a big trailer after that next one's done.
Well,
we just all freak out, me included.
If they're doing the full 54 weeks, in that slate, then it's possible we could have trailers coming out of our wazoo.
Speaking of Disney Plus Day, I mean, being the 2nd year anniversary, this is exactly what we talked about from the beginning. This is what we wanted, to have one show end and another one start. That it was going to be for all year. That continuous stories, a continuous show with a movie thrown in here and there.
COVID definitely threw a monkey wrench into that. So there was this rest period, or rebuilding period. So,
but I'm good because most of the Disney Plus stuff hasn't really been delayed that much. So we're still kind of flowing there. The only delays in there have been like, I imagine, script and story type stuff and kind of laying it all out, right?
Yeah.
So
no, it's definitely cool. I always have this too, like, The Mandalorian, it did spoil us. The season 2 spoiled the hell out of us, because if we don't get this kind of fan base, I'm talking in general. If we don't get this kind of fan service throughout, with sometimes you can give us enriched storytelling, but they want to see that where's our Luke moment again. Mando season 2 spoiled it for a lot of things, and
it did because it screwed me up on Marvel too.
Yeah,
because I watched every one of those shows after Mandalorian looking for a big Luke Skywalker moment.
Yeah. Well, everybody did on Loki. I mean, they flipped. This is this is It's like you
they said it was
going to
happen in Wanda, and it didn't really happen in Wanda. We didn't get that Luke moment, right? Quicksilver was not Luke, and it's not the same. I mean, we're not going to get that. You use Luke Skywalker. He's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Any final comments on anything before we kind of close out and let Kelly, Lunar Girl, kind of like go to bed?
I have to share something that my wife did here in my studio, which is actually pretty freaking
Punched
cool.
a hole in the wall.
she put my Santa hats on my helmet.
Look at
Oh, bless her.
Isn't she awesome?
Thanks, Chewbacca.
Marco says thanks, babe. But he didn't call you babe because then we'd have issues.
Yeah, I didn't say that. Yeah, I know better.
Babe Baca.
Everybody, thank you so much in the pit. That was awesome. Kelly, thank you so much. You're welcome back anytime, even if the guys are available to come on. Hopefully we could, do a schedule, even if we have to do a pre-recorded, because again, it's East Coast, West Coast battle all the time.
Thank you. I shall certainly let them know. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. And go ahead and plug the Sidebar Cantina again.
Oh, you want me to plug it?
Yes. Go for it. Go for it.
You can find us on Facebook at the Sidebar Cantina, on Instagram at the Sidebar Cantina, on Discord at the Sidebar Cantina, Twitch at the Sidebar Cantina, and Twitter at Sidebar Cantina.
Oh, nice. You just had to throw it off right there.
I know.
There was a pattern going, and it just, And YouTube. Don't forget the YouTube and the Apple and Audible and all those happy places.
Very cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
And again, thank you very much. And with that, I'm going to kick it over to Ernie because I know he's got our spiel memorized by this time, even though he took a little 2-week vacation away from us. But we're glad to see you back, man. Ernie, take it away.
Thanks, guys, for joining us. Don't forget, we will be back next Monday. We do have a schedule change coming up when the Book of Boba Fett starts. We will be switching to Wednesdays. Be sure and hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends. Thank you to everybody who's new here. Hit that thumbs up. That really helps us out. Go share in your stories. Let them know we are here. You can find us everywhere as well, too, from our YouTube every Monday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And not only that, on TikTok, you can find Scott Solo over there doing his 1-minute toy reviews and other things that aren't really 1 minute, but it's great quality content. So go check us out, please, over there. Share that as well. We are on Twitter, Facebook. We have our own Star Wars page over there, which is, lots of hate-free.
Digest Central.
You're able to enjoy it and come on and be yourself over there. We definitely like that. Don't forget to check us out on the Red 5 Network, along with everybody else there. They do put their daily schedule in a lineup from beginning to end, and I think we're the ones who close it out here, being on the West Coast. So thank you to the Red 5 Network. Don't forget Raw Live Unedited. Also, we're there. And on all your favorite listening platforms, you can find the Starlight Digest podcast. Go share with your friends. Don't forget to become a Patreon member. And the best thing to do right now is hit that subscribe button for us, hit the thumbs up, and go tell a friend about, hey, you should really check these guys out. They're a cool group of guys.
Just like that, too. Say it just like that.
We're all right.
Thank you, Ernie. And with that, I think that's it. I mean, again, I leave it to Ernie because it's amazing. So Scott,
Patreon.com/the Sarlacc Digest podcast.
Give us money.
Give us do it.
Yeah.
And keep it nerdy, everybody.